Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. If you're new here, my name is Walesa from Light Refurbish. I have been running a small furniture refinishing business from my home with the help of my husband. Have you guys ever seen the plaster texture wall art? I was inspired by some other creators and I thought, why not create some of that cool texture on a piece of furniture? So if you like texture, furniture, and makeovers, you really want to stick around for this makeover. A few weeks ago, I shared with you the makeover of piece number 1 of this roadside find. Now, I picked up 3 dressers from the same place, and today we're gonna work on piece number 2, which is this smaller dresser. I have never seen pieces as dirty as these ones. And out of all 3 dressers, this was the one that was in the worst shape. I spent just the same amount of time cleaning this smaller dresser as I did the other larger ones. When cases are this bad, you know that Dawn dish soap and water is not gonna cut it. So I grabbed my heavy duty degreaser and started scrubbing the life out of this dresser. A few hours later, yes, you heard correctly, hours of cleaning, it was finally ready for some sanding, and I just wanted to remove as much as the previous finish as possible. There were a couple of very deep gouges on the top of this one, unfortunately, so I'm really gonna try to do a color wash to see if we can disguise some of the imperfections, but we'll see. I want to take some time to let you know that I join other YouTube content creators for a furniture flip dupe challenge. Even though today's piece is not an actual dupe, it was inspired by another piece that had very unique and texture that was very inspiring to me. I have added a playlist to the description of this video so that you can check my friends' videos. All of them are pretty talented and amazing people. For the plaster end texture, I'm gonna be using a trowel, spatula, some Dixie mud in the color white, and just a bowl to put my mud in. The reason why I'm clamping the drawers is because I want to take some measurements. I want to apply the plaster in sections so that I allow myself enough time to work on each one without my plaster drying out. I'm making the markings for the vertical lines first, and then I'm gonna be using the trowel to decide what distance the horizontal lines should be from each other. The markings will also help me as a guide since I want whatever design I come up with to be somewhat asymmetrical. About 10 seconds in, once I started working with the plaster and getting a feel of the thickness and how we worked, started trying to work with my trowel, I realized that there was no way I was gonna get close to the design. But again, I just found the technique inspiring and I just kept going, and I had to make last minute decisions here. I'm showing you how I tried to trace this circle and it just didn't look how I wanted, so I was able to spread the paste again, or the Dixie Belle Mud, to try a different way. I didn't like that either, and at that point it was all about improvising. So I want to show you this because I want you to see how user-friendly this mud is. I was able just to erase my mistakes, try a different thing with my trowel again and again until I did something that I like and that it looked good to my eyes. This is kind of like art, so it's like there's no wrong or right here. Here you see me applying the plaster in every direction. In the midsection, I just wanted just crazy texture. Once again, if you don't like something, you can just go back, erase it. You have quite a bit of time. I'm gonna say good 10 minutes to work on this plaster, or even 15 minutes. After the paste dried overnight, I sanded the edges until they were nice and smooth. You can also use Dixie Belle Mud to cover any deep gouges like I did right here, using an extra fine sanding sheet to smooth those out. Since my vision for this piece is to do a natural color wash on the body of the dresser so that I can see the wood grain, I'm gonna be using clear shellac for the body and white primer for the drawers. As soon as I started applying the clear shellac, I realized that there was a huge difference between the red tones of the walnut grains and the repairs that I had made with Dixie Belle Mud. I knew that the color wash wasn't going to offer enough coverage to disguise the difference. So after this coat of clear shellac dries, I'm gonna be applying a coat of my Bean white primer with shellac. Right now I'm wondering if I can still leave some of the dresser natural. And the front frame of it is in pretty good shape, and so is the base. I'm taping the front frame to protect it from any primer or paint. The body of the dresser is getting painted with cottage paint in the color Driftwood, while the drawers will be painted with Cloudy Day, which is a true white, also from cottage paint. I want to talk to you a little bit about this paint brand. It is my first time using it. This white paint is more of your track style paint, but they also have the Serenity line, which is the one that I painted the body with. That one, I was surprised to see that although it dried really sleek and smooth, it shows some color variations. But I was not mad about it. I actually thought that it made my dresser look really, really cool. And you're gonna see the color variations at the end when I show you the final results of this dresser. Just in case you are wondering, I am planning on using this paint brand again because I really love the super smooth finish that the paint had once it dried. To bring down some of the red tones on the frame that I left exposed, I just diluted some of that same paint color, 20% of that paint in 80% water ratio, and apply a color wash. If you guys have been here before, you know that I use this technique all the time on bare wood. I just love the natural look that it gives to an already beautiful wood grain. Today, I'm actually protecting this piece with this Barathane polyurethane. It has been recommended by other fellow refinishers that I trust, so I'm giving it a try. I apply a total of 3 coats on this super adorable, I think, and super cute dresser. Let's take a look at our final results. I am in love with this texture. It's something that I would have never done. Check out that variation of color. There's a little bit of paint, a little bit of texture, some exposed wood. This is just one of a kind piece for sure. And I'm just glad I ventured out and tried this new technique. And as always, I hope that you guys like it. Feel free to leave a comment. Even if you don't like it, be respectful in the comments, and thank you so much for being here today. So much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Every time I get to do something different as a creative, it just feeds my soul. So this was like therapy for me. Don't forget that just like there is hope for these pieces of furniture, it doesn't matter how tough things get, there's always hope for you. I will see you guys next week.